Creating art is one thing, but getting it seen and sold, well, that's where most artists struggle. Without a well-designed website, you're losing potential sales, missing out on collaborations, and possibly even commissions, while letting your competitors stand out instead. So today, I'm going to break down everything you need to make an artist website that gets your art seen, builds your brand, and maximizes your income as an artist. Lastly, I'll expose the single biggest mistake that's killing your chances of turning visitors into paying customers and how to fix it quickly and easily. Now, before we dive into building your artist website, the first step is choosing the right platform to bring your vision to life. And with so many options out there, it can really feel overwhelming. But after over 10 years of creating websites myself using a variety of platforms, I'm here to make this decision very easy for you. If you don't have coding experience, want a website that looks stunning on both desktop and mobile, and need something that's user-friendly and budget-friendly, my top pick is Wix. It's perfect for artists because it offers tools like beautiful portfolio galleries, seamless contact forms, and even an integrated store if you want to sell your art directly online. And the best part, it's free to get started. So here's how to sign up and join. So to begin, please click on the link right up here, or go ahead and check below for the link in the description. By using that link, you're not just starting your website, you're also supporting me and this channel, and I truly appreciate that. So let's go ahead and click on that now, and I'll walk you through the whole process. Okay, so assuming that you clicked on that link, this will be the page that you're gonna find. And what you need to do is just put your website in here and then press start now. And then this is the next page here. Just put in your information and go ahead and click on sign up. And then it comes to this page here. So who are you creating a website for? So you just want to choose the first one, for myself, my business, or a friend. And then now it comes to here and it asks, say, do you want to use a chat with AI to kind of get your site set up? Absolutely do this. It just makes everything a lot easier in setting everything up. So we're going to go ahead. I mean, you can set without it, but I definitely like to do start chat. All right, so tell me what your site is about. I am an artist who wants to showcase their work and potentially work with others in art projects. In other words, I want commissions, but we'll just leave it at that. Also, the other thing, and this is just kind of a hint, I'm looking to have specific pages created on the site. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that real quick. Okay, so we have that, and I'm going to go ahead and paste this. So we're going to say that we want a homepage, portfolio, about me, contact, blog, and testimonials page. Go ahead and click on that. What is the name of your art business or project? We're going to say Ronnie's Art. Super generic name. More about your target audience. We could just skip this question. I don't really know. I don't know, people who love art. I'm not really 100%. I mean, you would know better in your own business what that would be. I don't really have an answer to that one. And then here it says, what other goals do you have on your site besides showcasing your work and connecting with potential collaborators? I personally don't have anything for this. I mean, I guess we could say I'd like to sell my work on my site as well. Well, my work, I'm going to say my paintings. What makes your art unique and sets it apart from other artists? I'm just going to say I like to do my paintings in watercolor paints. I don't know, super random. And I know oil is usually the thing, but that's just what we'll say here. Okay, so it says that you're all set up. You can see too on the right side here, it says, it basically kind of understands what it is that you're creating, which is nice too. So go ahead and click on go to dashboard. And this takes a second to actually create this, so just let it do what it does. Okay, so now we are in the back end of this, or what's called the CMS, Content Management System. This is basically where you can kind of manage all the things behind your site, if you will. The design of the site you can manage on the pages themselves, and then this is like that back information. So like if you have, if you're trying to make sales of certain things, you can actually have them all listed here, catalog of what you're offering. If you're doing blog posts or event posts, your actual portfolio, all the stuff that you have there, and then all these other things as well. So it's basically the way to kind of manage everything behind it. But you're probably wondering, well, how do we actually create the site, Ron? That's what I'm really here for. Well, we're going to go ahead and click on Design Site right here. And here we have, how would you like to design your site? Would you like to customize a template or generate a design with AI? I highly recommend that you customize with a template. I've tried the generate design with AI. Very minimal sites. I actually don't like them at all. So I'm going to go ahead and pick out a template. It's just easier, I feel. And here, they give a lot of different options of the types of, well, you could basically look at any types of different websites. you have here, it has artist, illustrator, art gallery. The thing to understand about this, you can use any of these. So whichever one you like the most, you can use. But realize that when you do this, all you're really doing is getting the skeleton of the site. All the images, all the fonts, everything else can be changed to whatever you want. But you basically are just kind of going with the skeleton of the site. So if you see one that you kind of like, usually that's an indication this is kind of the design style I want. You can choose that, and it kind of helps you create faster, I guess you could say. So I looked at that one, and then I'm also going to do, let's do art exhibition, because I looked before this. And I had actually created one of these before for someone. This one right here. I'm actually really fond of this one. So we're going to click on view. So we're going to look at both these. Okay, we'll exit this. This is an art website they have, right? And now remember this image behind it, this is something that can go away. But this is one that they have, basically has that art right up there. And then it looks like just a bunch of different projects. You can kind of scroll over them, see what they are, click into them, learn details. I like this one more. I know that it's an art exhibit website, but for what we're trying to do here, which is really kind of a personal branding play on an artist, which is what I assume that you're looking for, this would probably be better for that. But, that's what I think. So, again, this is really focused on art exhibition, but we can adjust it to be what we really need, right? So it kind of gives you an idea of what each page has. I just think this one fits our vibe more, if you will. So I'm going to close this first one out. And after you find one, and again, you can go up here and you can type in artist and you can just look at whatever you want. This part, it probably takes the longest amount of time. Don't take too long on it. I'd say, maybe choose whatever you want in, an hour or so, maybe 2 hours, and just kind of go, because starting is the main thing to it all. So we're going to go ahead and choose this one. So all we got to do is after we click in and see it and we like it, we'll click on edit this site. And as this is all loading, it takes some time to do everything that it needs to do. It's adding in different plugins, things to basically make it so you can do what you want to do. Remember how I said that I'd like to sell my own work on the site? It's adding things to do that, adding a blog, etc. So it's basically doing all the work for you. You don't have to get complicated with it. Okay, so this is technically your site. You technically have a site now. It really is that easy. Now, what you need to do, obviously, there's a lot of different editing here, and we'll get to that in a second. But if you click on publish, we will go ahead, we'll click on it here, and I'll show you, this is officially your site, right? So you can click on publish, and honestly, you can click on publish yourself because no one's gonna see it right now, and then it'll give you a URL right here that you can use. The only problem with it is a wixsite.com, right? This is the URL that they're gonna give you. They're gonna automate one. So if you want your own branded URL, you basically can go up here. What was all this? You can go up to here and connect your domain. That makes it so that you can basically go on and buy the domain that's required for you, or get a plan that has a domain, I should say. So that is where you have to pay for this. It's obviously free up until this point. You can keep designing it. It's free then. But when you need your own domain, which I do recommend, because these, Wix site stuff, it isn't really all that good, especially if you're trying to look professional. But once you're ready, you can go ahead and click on connect your domain and purchase that and worry about that. No pressure there. Now that you're all set up, it's time to build the foundation of your artist website with the essential pages. These pages, they will help you showcase your work, connect with your audience, and drive sales. So let's break them down. First is your homepage. So your homepage is the first impression visitors get, so make sure it counts. Feature 1 or 2 standout pieces, a short introduction about your art, and clear navigation for the rest of your site. Keep it clean, visually striking, and to the point. Okay, so let's go ahead and design the homepage. So the first thing, which is really navigational, it's not really the homepage, but we're gonna edit that first. We have to make sure that we edit the navigation and make the navigation actually work. I'm not a fan of, having a search in the middle of everything. You can just click into any of these and just delete them if you don't want them. The card icon, I don't really think that that's necessary, because if we're selling anything here, as an artist, it's probably, if it's painting, watercolor painting, it's probably reasonably high price, and it's unlikely that someone's going to buy 2 or 3 items because they're probably not too cheap. So, we don't really need that unless you want it. You can keep it. We also have the Wix site search up here. You can keep it if you want. I'm just going to delete it. I just don't see a need for it. Over here is the logo, if you will. Now you can, adjust and change this and add your own logo, a completely new logo, or you could just kind of change the text. Honestly, changing the text is a lot easier if you choose that, but it's really kind of your decision. So this is Craft House. We're going to put Ronnie's Art. Again, terrible name. Don't name yourself Ronnie's Art. But that is now going to be all set up. So you can see it there. It's Ronnie's Art. Again, you can make your own logo. There's a lot of places to do it. Just look up like free logo creator on Google and you'll find it. So anyway, so that's that. We also have home, which honestly, you don't really need home because Ronnie's Art leads to home. And most people know that you can click on the top left to go home. It's up to you if you want to. I'm going to say, no, I don't really want that. So what we could do is we go to Manage Menu. You see Home here. I'm going to go ahead and click on this. And I'm going to click Hide from Menu. Don't delete it because that deletes the page, but I'm going to click Hide from Menu. Okay, and then also in the menu, we have About, Gallery, Contact, Portfolio, Shop, and Blog. So I'm going to click on Preview here because the thing that I'm wondering right now is what is the difference between Gallery and Portfolio? I feel like it kind of made two. Well, it should be doing that here. Oh, the gallery just leads down to here. Okay, and what's portfolio? Portfolio, it kind of leads to two different parts on the page, really. Oh no, my portfolio is a whole new page. Okay, so here's kind of the thing. With an artist, for the most part, it's good to have your gallery directly on the home page and directly accessible. I don't think that that's bad at all. You know, and this page, it says my portfolio. Remember how I said in the beginning, I wanted a testimonials page. I think testimonials page is a good one. So instead of making this my portfolio, we're actually going to adjust it to be testimonials so that we can kind of build trust with people, right? That's the idea. So we're going to go back to editor. Okay. And we're still on the portfolios page or portfolio page rather. So we'll go ahead and click. And what we want to do here is actually adjust it. So we're going to go ahead and click into here. We're going to manage the menu. We're going to go to portfolio and we're going to name this testimonials. Now you don't have to do testimonials. I just think it makes sense to do. This is basically to make it so that we have a page that, you know, people can basically build trust with us and see that we've, you know, done good work as an artist in different places. So that's pretty much it now. I think that we kind of got to where we need to go. You know, we've got everything that we want. I would say, so about gallery, maybe gallery should be changed to portfolio. I mean, this is just a, you know, a change that you can make if you want. I'm going to rename this as portfolio. It could be gallery, I guess, for an artist. I understand why that would be, but I'll just call it portfolio now because we're already this far in. So we have about, portfolio, contact, testimonials, shop, and blog. I would say the last thing, let's move shop all the way to the right. And what we will do there is we'll just click and drag. Boom, there we go. And blog, I mean, if you don't want a blog, you don't have to have a blog. You know, I mean, it just kind of depends on what it is. But if you have different events, exhibitions that you're running, things like that, you might want to change it. But basically, that's pretty much what we need right now. So the navigation is good. Okay, so we're on the homepage here and we want to design this. Now, this particular theme, it's a little bit unique because it has Wix events. This is a Wix events widget right here, which we don't really want. We want a content area, right? So we're going to go ahead and here, we're going to click delete. And we're just going to we'll click AI section generation, choose a section to drop here. I guess we'll just say welcome. Or let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, we'll just do welcome. Right? And we can adjust this however we want. It gives you ideas of different things that we can do, right? But this would be something maybe where I would, you know, talk about my vision, what I'm doing with my art, etc., things like that. We can click on change background. And one thing that's actually really cool here, so you can see it says let AI create custom images. So I love this. So we're going to create an AI image. Okay, so I've added watercolor painting of a dog smiling by a fire hydrant, just to kind of show you what this is capable of. It's pretty neat because it makes it so that you can use images that don't just look like stock photo. So yeah, that's a winner right there. Let's go with that one. And obviously I'm a watercolor artist, right? So this would make a lot of sense. So I'm putting that up there and we're going to have to adjust it to make sure it's fitting. Okay, so we have it here, and what I did is I go into here, and I've made it kind of scale to fit to the full size. All right, so we'll just do something like that. And we can spend our time, I mean, you can obviously space it out horizontally, etc., and grow up. But we'll just go with that for right now. It kind of fits the theme of the site. And then we'll just say, hey, this text right here, we can basically change it to whatever we want. We do bold maybe. The font is fine. Let's say that we want to do a color. Obviously, we don't want to do white. Well, or I'm sorry, we don't want to do black. Black doesn't really show. I guess it kind of shows. Honestly, not a really good background to give to this image, if I'm being completely honest with you. We'll just do that. We'll do grow your vision. But the point is, with the text, you can click into here and you can adjust this. We can make it really big, really small, whatever you want to do, whatever makes sense for you. Just adjust it as you want. You saw how easy it is. I can just kind of click and drag, so it's easy to do. And then the about the event here, again, this is, well, I guess this will work. So instead of about the event, we'll just say about me, and then we can add, I am an artist and I love painting. Oops, love painting. Create something better, but you get the idea. Image, this is a much more pretty version of me. Definitely something I didn't really take, right? And then here, all about my art. And then here is kind of the, as we said, portfolio or the, just kind of the showcase of my work. And then down here is a contact form. Love that they have a contact form in the footer. Highly, highly recommend it. That makes it so it's easy for people to contact you within the whole site itself, which is a good thing because you always want people to easily be able to contact you. Also has your information. If you want to, you can quickly edit any of these. I don't know that we want a fax number. I don't know that anybody uses faxes anymore, so we're just going to get rid of that. But you could change the number, email, etc., all that. And then also an address. If you don't want the address, this is a nice Google Maps integration that they have. If you don't want it, just click into it. Click right here. Actually, I'm sorry, you can just click into it. I think you can just delete. Yeah, we can just click delete, or we could do settings. We can't do settings. Okay, if you don't want it, click and click delete. It'll go away. But that is the home page, and you can basically adjust it. I'm not going to spend all my time doing all the design here. You can basically adjust this however you want. Next, we have the portfolio or gallery page. So this is the heart of your site as an artist. Create a well-organized gallery that highlights your best work. Use categories if your work is in different styles or mediums, and include high-quality images, titles, dimensions, and a brief story or description for each piece to really engage visitors and help them understand the story behind your art. Okay, so next we have the portfolio page. So we'll go ahead and go to here. And actually, I'll preview. I kind of want to show you what happens when we go to the page ourselves in a different way. So we're going to go ahead and click on preview. So we'll go to portfolio. And you see here, now the thing is people can click into these and they can see more. So we're going to go ahead and click into one of these and they can actually see your work. And you can have text and whatever else you want here, right? But it's a little bit confusing because you're thinking, well, okay, that's cool, but how do I actually adjust this? It's pretty easy to do. So the way that you do this, you go into here and you click on Manage Media. So remember how in the beginning I said there was a CMS, a content management system? This is actually part of that content management system. So here we would put bowls stacked on each other. Beautiful bowls stacked in a way that's artistic. I don't know. I can't spell either. Okay, artistic. You don't have to worry about that. And then if you want to link them to any specific page, so if you want to make a page about each art thing that you have here, you can do that as well. But we're not going to create a page. We're just going to click on done. Okay, so we have saved it. Basically, we'll just go into here. I'll click on preview. And you can see this is actually what happens when you do it this way, right? So it's, again, a nice aesthetically pleasing way of showing things. You can click into here and it actually shows you, bowls stacked on each other, a beautiful bowl stacked in a way that's artistic, and you can go to the next one, et cetera, et cetera. So you can always adjust the template, the way that this looks and the fonts and everything with the editor. Again, I'm not going to spend a lot of my time doing it, but this one, we have the portfolio directly on the homepage. You may have the portfolio to where it's not directly on the homepage and it's just a totally different page. That's fine too. Just know that you can do whatever suits you for whatever you need. But just like everything else, you just click and drag. I mean, really, it's just not all that difficult. Next is the About Me page. And here you want to really share your story. What inspires your art, your background? What sets your work apart? A personal touch really helps build a connection with potential buyers or even collaborators. Okay, next we have the About page. So I'm gonna go ahead and click into here. Again, this is kind of on the actual page itself, right? On the home page. You don't have to have it this way, but you can. But just like anything else, I mean, really, it's not all that difficult. Obviously, I'd want to change the image, but you could just basically update your story. I mean, I would say the biggest thing here is that you kind of want to talk about your inspiration and why you got into art and how it's kind of changed your life, and really let people into your mind in terms of how important art is to you and what it is for you. I would say, I mean, this one, like I said, this theme is a little bit weird. I like the look of it, but there's some weird, wonky stuff with it. For most of you, an About page, creating that uniquely by itself would be probably the best situation for you. So if you have to do that, right, we could always delete this section from the home page. That's pretty easy to do. But if you have to do that, you can always click Add Elements, Add Section, or Pages and Menu. So we'll click on Pages and Menu. And what we're going to do is we've got an About page. This isn't really, it's an anchor to the home page, right? So that's what that is. So we're going to delete the actual About page. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a menu item, new page. And this is going to be, do they have an About page? Maybe general? Oh, About Us. You can kind of see. Yeah, let's go with this one. I like this one. Oh, we're on About. Duh. I didn't see that. Okay, so now we have the About page added onto here. You can see this is a better version, right? This would be a picture of you, a little bit about you, my story, contact. You could probably delete the contact section because we already have one below it that would have all your information anyway with a contact form. So this would be a good one. And then you're thinking, okay, well, that's great, but how do I get it back into the menu? And I'm kind of, that's kind of hard for me. Well, manage menu, pretty easy to do. And we would just want it's already, okay. I didn't realize it was in there. So there it is. It's already there. So you're all good to go there. But yeah, the About page, more about your story, etc. Just let people know who you are and help it connect. And then, like I said, you always want to have your contact information, and having a form where they can submit their information to contact you on that page is also a good idea. Next, we have an important one. That's a contact page. So make it easy for people to reach out. Include a simple contact form, your email, and links to your social media. You could also add a note encouraging inquiries about commissions or collaborations to try to drum up business as well. And next we have the contact page. So again, this site is a little bit unique because it's basically just something on the home page, right? So we'll click preview here. So let's say that we're on this page, we'll go ahead and click on contact, and well, it's in the footer, which isn't a bad way to do it, by the way. I actually don't think that's a bad idea. But this contact right here, it's directly in the footer. Again, just like I did with the About page, if you need a separate contact page, you can create that. If you can get away with doing it this way, this is actually a really nice way of doing it. But it's just like anything else. We can go in the editor, we can change any of the fonts, any of the sizes, everything that you want to change, you can change. It's really just not all that difficult. What I will do here is to kind of show you. So we'll click in, so type your message here. Let's just say I don't like this button, okay? So we're gonna go to form settings, and we are going, well, actually not settings. I think we have to go to design right here. Yeah, design. Okay, so you can actually design the way that it looks. So maybe it looks a little bit better. I mean, it really depends, maybe something like this would be better. Customize design, submit button. Yeah, I'm not really 100% sure on the way that we'd want it to look. But I mean, I guess you could play around with the actual design and everything. But this is how you can adjust everything to how you want it to look, right? And adjust it to be. But again, any of the text, anything else, you just click into it and adjust it. Just don't overthink it. It's really simple to do that. Contact page, About pages, those are really simple. Next is totally optional, but it's the shop or shopping page. So if you're selling your work, this is a must. So include details for each piece, including your price, size, and shipping options, and ensure that the checkout process is very smooth. The good news here is that Wix has the perfect setup for this, and they make it really easy. Okay, next we want to get into the shop page. So this one is a little bit more complex. So we're gonna go click on preview. We're gonna go to shop right up here. And this is gonna be the shop page. Obviously we don't want the giant contact form on there. It's weird that that's showing up. Hold on a second. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is get rid of the strip because we don't really need that. I don't know why that was showing up. And then here we have all the different, so these are all of the products that we have. And again, we can adjust the text and everything. I'm not going to do that, but they do have filters that you can do. If you have a lot of paintings in this instance, we can do filters. We can do all this to adjust it to how we want. And we can have all the different, waterwork, which it looks like they actually did a bunch of watercolors, which is kind of cool with the AI to figure that all out. Has kind of a bunch of examples. And then if I clicked on preview, we can actually see, let's say someone saw this one. Oh, they don't make it, so you can click in. But if you wanted to make the icons bigger or make it so people could click in, you can adjust that. They just don't have that set up by default. But going from here to actually adjust everything, it's pretty unique. So you click on Manage Products, right? And this will bring us into the CMS. So this is where we actually will adjust everything. So you see here how we have catalog, store products, and then products. This is where we can adjust all the different paintings, and whatever else we want to upload to it. We can adjust that as needed, add more images to it. The nice thing too, so we're going to scroll down to here. Let's say that we originally had it priced for $150, but it's on sale at 30% off, or 30% off. And you can adjust this however you want. You can also add like cost of goods margin just so that you really keep track for yourself for your own business. But we'll go ahead and say that it's 30% off right now, right? And it's now 105. And all of a sudden, let me refresh the page. Oh, it's already, I didn't even need to refresh. It actually shows the sale price on there, which is kind of cool too, because just a little marketing hint, if you need to, price them high and offer a little bit of a discount. People love discounts. That's just the reality of the situation. But managing it is relatively easy on the back end. Like I said, anytime that you have a painting, you just upload it, whatever products you want. You just upload all of them and put them back in the back area there. And then they'll just automatically show on the page. And then they do let you process all the purchases directly through the site as well. So it's really good for artists in that regard, because if you have work that you're just trying to sell, you can always, with business cards and things, and just talk to people, hey, here's my site, here's my site. And if they buy something, great, you just get their shipping information, they pay you, and you're good to go. Next is also optional. This is the blog or events page. Now, this is a great place to share behind the scenes insights, stories about your creative process, or updates on exhibitions and workshops. It keeps your site dynamic and really encourages repeat visits, and also to kind of build up an audience and people that are actually cheering for you along the way. So next we're going to go to the blog page. Now again, this could be the blog or the events page, depending on what you want to do. If you have a lot of extra exhibitions, things like that, you can do that. It really just depends on how you want to do it and how you want to manage things. Not to say that, actually having a blog page is a bad idea. It's a good way. If you bring people into your creative process, it's a good way to kind of show how you do things, right? It's actually pretty neat. So to do this, it's actually in the CMS, like I had just showed you with the shop page. So when we go to here, we click on Manage Posts. And what you can see is that all this information is directly in here under Posts under the blog. So there's a blog section, and then it's under Posts. And if you want to create a new post, you just click on Create New Post. You can do that, add images, update text, write whatever you want. But it allows you to do all that directly in the interface, which is nice. It can get really confusing otherwise. So it's all organized in the CMS in the back end. But we'll just go ahead and click one. I'll show you what it actually looks like here. So this is the actual page. Pretty much everything you need. It almost is like Microsoft Word up here, or Google Docs, whatever you prefer. You can basically write, and then just put whatever you need, and that information is good. They also do have the image to add images in here, the AI image creator thing, which is pretty cool too. And you can always preview it. So if you're let's say that you are a painter of watercolors, like I had just mentioned in this, you could have pictures throughout the whole process of making a painting and create a whole blog post about it. And people may get invested in that and really enjoy that. Next is testimonials or the press page, which is also optional. So if you've had your work featured in exhibitions, publications, or received reviews, this is the page where you want to showcase that. Social proof and showing all these positive things, it really builds trust and credibility. This is the page where it's under my portfolio. It's a portfolio page. It's not actually testimonials. So all this, I actually kind of need to just get rid of these sections because It's actually quite confused about what I'm trying to do onto the page, right? Okay, so going in here, we'll go ahead and click Add Section, and we will do Testimonials. That's really what we're looking for. And then, I mean, it just depends on how deep you want to go here, but we'll just say our clients say, we can add this. And then if we want to add another testimonial, add another section, we'll do AI section generator. It really makes it easy with the AI stuff. We'll do another testimonial section with maybe something that looks a little bit different like this. So there you go. So this is what, we could have what our clients say up here. People can scroll to the right or left. We can adjust this to whatever, you'd want it to be, all the different testimonials. We could do a second section, third section, however many testimonials that you want to do. And also if you have press, you could do images of the pages that actually have called you out from a press regard to. So really whatever you want to do. But that's essentially how you would create the testimonial/press page. Again, doesn't have to be super complicated. You're artistic, obviously, if you're watching this. So just look at it and do it in a way that you think would look good. And just adjust the pages to whatever you feel really resonates with you. So congratulations, you have officially launched your artist website, which is a huge step forward showcasing your talent to the world. But simply having a site isn't enough, right? Because we need to make sure that it gets discovered by the right people, whether that's art collectors, galleries, or fans. And sure, people who know you can type your website URL directly into their browser, but what about those who don't know you yet? Well, that's where something called SEO, or search engine optimization, comes in. Now, SEO, it kind of sounds intimidating, but I'm going to break it down into the most simple, actionable way that I can. So first, make sure that your site includes keywords that reflect who you are and what you do. So use phrases like your name, abstract artist in New York, or your name, contemporary oil paintings, right? These keywords, they help search engines connect your website to specific searches, especially for those that are looking for artists in your area or niche. Another powerful tool is creating a Google business profile. So this ensures that your name and website appear in local search results and Google Maps, making it obviously much easier for collectors or galleries or those looking for a commission to find you. Next, claim your profiles on major social media platforms and make sure all of them link back directly to your website. Platforms like Instagram and Pinterest are fantastic for artists, but you might also consider TikTok for reaching a younger audience, or LinkedIn for connecting with galleries or corporate buyers. Remember, your website is really your digital home base. It's where you control the narrative without algorithms kind of deciding who sees your content. Now, next with your website, you got to keep it engaging. So a stagnant website is a forgotten website. Regularly updating your content is essential to keep your audience engaged and to signal to search engines that your site is active. Upload new pieces to your portfolio, share updates about exhibitions, or even write blogs about your creative process. This doesn't just keep visitors coming back and buying into your story, it also shows potential clients or collectors that you're constantly creating and evolving. Now with Wix, you don't need to worry about things like security or mobile responsiveness or server upkeep. It's all handled for you. Your focus should really be on maintaining fresh, visually compelling content. And all this is well and good, but let's talk about extending your reach with email marketing. So assuming that you're updating your site and such, let's take things a step further. And that is connecting your audience beyond your website. So email marketing is one of the most effective ways that artists can connect with their audience. Sending regular updates allows you to stay connected to your collectors, fans, galleries, while keeping them informed about your latest work, your exhibitions, or commission opportunities. Now, you might wonder, why not just use social media for this? Well, you can think of social media as a crowded gallery opening, right? You're competing with noise and distractions from everywhere, and algorithms might bury your content. People may never see them. Email, on the other hand, is like sending a personal invitation. It lands directly in someone's inbox where they're much more likely to see your email and actually engage with it. With email marketing, you can also add a personal touch, like addressing the recipients by name or tailoring content to their interests. Better yet, tools like email automation let you nurture relationships with very minimal effort. So for example, when someone subscribes to an email list that you own, you can set up an automated sequence. And that might be a welcome email introducing yourself and your work, then a follow-up email showcasing new pieces or sharing the story behind a recent creation, and then an invitation to an upcoming gallery show or event. Now again, you set this up once, and once people sign up, they automatically get all these emails from you. You don't have to take any, put any other work into it. By staying consistently in touch, you keep your audience engaged and you really build lasting relationships. Now, to simplify this process, I personally recommend using Brevo. It's an easy to use platform for creating beautiful email campaigns and managing your subscriber list. And also it integrates seamlessly with Wix, giving you all the tools that you need to reach your audience effectively. And the best part about it is, like Wix, well, it's completely free to start. So click on the link on the top right to get started, or again, go in the description. You can find the link there instead. Oh, and remember how in the introduction I mentioned earlier that I would expose the single biggest mistake that's killing your chances of turning visitors into paying customers? Well, that answer is properly using email marketing. So an email list, it's just far more than a collection of contacts. It's really your direct line to the people who care most about your work. It's an invaluable tool for every artist, right? There you can go to announce new artwork, exclusive prints, or limited time offers directly to your subscribers. Building loyalty by, sharing behind the scenes stories about your creative process or updates on upcoming projects. Making your audience feel involved and connected to your art. It's also great for growing your brand because you can use newsletters to highlight exhibitions, collaborations, or milestones, keeping your name top of mind for collectors and galleries. Now, as I mentioned with Brevo, you can really set this up automatically so that once someone hits that email list, they're just getting all these different emails from you, and it really builds that relationship, right? In a way that social media just never could. So don't just think of your website as a portfolio. Don't do that. Think of it as a hub where relationships are built and nurtured. Collecting emails is one of the most powerful ways to grow your career as an artist, and most artists, honestly, they just never do it. Now, if you want to dive deeper into how email marketing can help you grow your audience and secure more opportunities, you can go ahead and check out the video that's linked right up here. And as always, I want to say thanks for watching, and feel free to ask any questions in the comments if you have them.